physical world. The Bible says that we should seek ye first the kingdom and its righteousness. Every other thing shall be added. Is your focus just on the physical? Are you focused on just acquiring money? Are you focused on acquiring houses? Is it all about cars, exotic cars, luxurious cars? That's not just the end of life. There is more and there are more to it. You must have to ensure that from now henceforth, you make sure you have a solid base upon which every other world will emanate from. The spiritual world is the true world. It's something that money cannot buy. It's beyond physical possessions. It's beyond material. It's beyond emotional. It's something that talks about true alignment. It goes deeper than what we think we know. It's about the joy. The joy. It's about peace. It's about fulfillment. I can tell you categorically that I've been on both sides. Growing up as a young man, a time came in my life when I felt like, oh, Bible said that money answered all things. But money is not the foundation of all things. I invested so much. I invested my health. I invested so much in acquisition of money. By the age of 16, 17, 18, I was so passionate to acquire wealth. I was on need. I was doing everything I could to ensure that I acquire wealth because I felt like, oh, money answered all things. To God be the glory. God blessed me. He gave me everything that I asked for. He actually gave me more than what I asked for. But a point came in my life where and when I couldn't find fulfillment in all these possessions. By the age of 21, I already had cars. I started real estate businesses. I already had lands in different locations. I was living above my mates. Back then in the university, I was driving to school with my own cars. People that knew me back then could testify. I was driving to school with my own cars. It was the Lord that gave it to me. But I lacked fulfillment. I was asking myself, there is something that is beyond this. I still not feel fulfilled. There is still something that I'm lacking. I was making effort to ensure that I get hold of that thing that I'm lacking. I couldn't get hold of it. It was the challenges of life that brought me closer to understand, hey, life is beyond physical acquisitions. It's beyond having cars, having houses, having real estate, having all these things that we think that makes life happy. Yes, they all make life happy, but we seek for fulfillment, something that money cannot buy. Are you trying to tell me that you've never seen someone that is financially wealthy but lacks fulfillment? Are you trying to tell me you've not seen someone that has so many material acquisitions but that inner fulfillment is not there? There is no alignment of the purpose. That's why you see people, they can do all sort of things to make money. All sort of things. Because they believe that money answers all things. But that fulfillment, that inner fulfillment, money cannot bring it. Except if you base your financial acquisition on the foundation of spirituality. Spiritual wealth is the true wealth. It's from spiritual wealth that you can now have the physical, the emotional, material, and every other aspect of wealth. I am not against people having cars. I'm not against people having mansions. I'm not against people investing. but ensure that what you're doing is on a solid foundation, on an unshakable foundation. Spiritual wealth is what that gives you that base to build every other wealth. I could tell you that back then I was having it all. I felt like, oh, I've arrived. But there was this inner part of me that is still empty. I feel like it was empty. I felt that emptiness. Having all these things, people started envying me, jealousy everywhere. People were like, oh, he's so lucky. He came from a wealthy home. It's not just about coming from a wealthy home. I worked hard for it, but I was working hard on the wrong path. The spiritual wealth is the foundation of it all. What I have now is more important than all these physical mansion, cars, houses. It's more important than all this. Because through spiritual wealth, every other thing will come and they will fall on a solid base. If you have the spiritual wealth, you will have cars, you will have mansion, you will have every other thing. You will have contentment, you will have peace, you will have joy. That aspect of contentment. Spiritual wealth is what that gives you the wisdom, the discernment on how to acquire every other aspect of wealth. When you have wisdom and discernment, it's very easy for you to have physical wealth, material wealth, financial wealth, even marital wealth. Without that, the solid base, which is spiritual wealth, every other thing is fleeting. They are transient. It's not something that you can hold on to. They can come and leave. But spiritual wealth is what that gives you the basis. It's what that makes everything solid. It's the foundation upon which you can build every other wealth and they will last. I am not against having cars, mansion, acquiring all these things. I've been there. I know what it means to have, I know what it means not to have. But I can tell you from my own experience that the spiritual wealth is the most important before any other wealth. That is the true wealth that brings peace, it brings joy, it brings contentment. From this, you can build any other wealth. Ensure you establish whatever it is that you're doing on the center. Anchor it on the spiritual world. Anchor it on it. Every other world is okay, but if it's not anchored on the spiritual world, it becomes disastrous. It becomes a point at which you lose your life. It becomes a point at which you even mock God. When you have spiritual wealth, it becomes easy for you now to use every other aspect of your wealth to help humanity. But without that solid foundation, you see, people can make wealth to oppress others. People can make wealth to show off. People can make other wealth to show to people that they've arrived. But that's not the point. The point is acquiring all that physical aspect of wealth, the material wealth, to be able to help humanity, help mankind, touch lives, touch lives. There are many people that are looking up to you. I pray that today you will not lose focus on the right thing. Build your wealth on a solid foundation, which is spiritual wealth, and every other aspect of your wealth will blossom. God bless you. In the name of Jesus. Amen.